Great. So welcome, everybody. Just to run through the agenda very quickly, we're going to just introduce ourselves. We'll talk a bit about Clarifruit. We'll jump into the demo, and then we'll follow with any questions that we might have towards the end. So hi, everybody. My name is Talia Zimmerman. I'm the head of marketing at Clarifruit. I know some of you have received some emails from me, so it's really great to see you guys all here live in person or through Zoom. And I'll pass it on to Omri.
Hi, everyone. Thank you all for joining this webinar together with me and Talia. My name is Omri Ohayon, for those who don't know me. I'm the head of global business at Clarifruit, working in the company since the very beginning and mainly focused on the European and Pacific regions. Great. Today, we're going to walk you through a very quick session about Clarifruit in general, who we are and what our main goal as a company is. And afterwards, both Talia and myself will walk you through a quick demo, which will allow you to get a deeper dive into what Clarifruit can offer for your business, mostly and most important in the quality check area. Just to get started, a few words about us and why we are here at all. No, one back, Talia. Great. So at Clarifruit, we have identified three main problems that the quality check or the fresh produce supply chain market is suffering from today. The first one is different quality standards. We have many people together today at our webinar, some of them from the European countries, others from the North American countries. And we all want to get the best quality while we purchase fresh produce. But it's not a question that some of us would have different standards when we are looking at the same produce. For example, if we're both looking at the same apple, one of us could think that this is an A standard, and another one can think that this is a B standard. In Clarifruit, we have we understood this problem, and for that we have invented a standardized language, which will allow you both to speak in the same language when we were talking about the same apple. The second thing is about the way that currently quality checks inspections are being made. Instead of using or being relied on the inspectors, quality check inspector's eyes from the subjective view, we want you to be more dependent on an objective view of the computer vision algorithm that we have invented. So companies, for example, which has 5, 10, 20, and 50 QC inspectors might suffer from a higher risk of subjective inspection from the QCs. Some of them would have more experience, others would have less. And this might cause a quality mismatch and quality problems because not all people are the same. And of course, when it comes to quality, so quality can be measured differently from one inspector to another. And the last thing, above 90% of the industry are still using pen and papers when it comes to documenting their data. And because of that, we want to help you to digitize the way that you are capturing your data and collecting it. And for that, we have invented a cloud-based system which allow you to collect all your data digitally and get full-time access to your data no matter where you're located in the world. Now, let's continue, Talia. Our main goal at Clarifruit is to help you move from the old gray side of the left screen that you can see right now. Probably some of the things that you can see on the screen right now are familiar to you. Your guys, your quality check inspectors may still be using size rings or color palettes in order to understand the size of the fruits or the color of the fruits. They document their data using Excels, Google Sheets, emails, and etc. And working with what we call the Bible of the QC inspections. They might have a PDF file or a printed file where they just have to fill the forms and to go one step by the other. No more. Come back to 2023 or join the new technological area with us. Our main offer for you and the best value that we can provide you is to digitize your manual process and be automated. We do it in a few certain ways, which we'll introduce it to you today in our quick session. But mainly of them are divided into three main points. The first one is digitalizing your manual process, having everything documented through our mobile application. Be automating it by just taking a photo of your desired produce and understanding immediately what is the size of the produce and what is the color of the produce. And the last point is having a full accessibility to your data. All the data will be collected and will be stored on our cloud smart-based system, and you will be able to get it and understand, generate reports and analytics every single minute that you want. Next slide. All right, now we'll move into, after saying a few words about our main goals as a company, I will move to the second part of this session where we will actually walk you through a demo of both our mobile application and the web application. The mobile application will be led by Talia, and afterwards I will take you to a very quick tour on our web application. So Talia, please go ahead.
Perfect. Thank you, Omri. Great. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay. Wait 1 second to pull this up. Okay. Do you see my phone? Perfect.
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Great.
So
perfect. We're going to go ahead and click on the Clarifruit app. Like Omri mentioned, this is from the inspector's perspective. So they would have the Clarifruit app on their phone. They're going to want to click New Inspection. And first things here is that we're going to select, in this example, we'll use tomatoes. What you want to do is you want to fetch all the information from your ERP system. So actually, you can either just put it in manually, or if you have a barcode or a QR code, you can go ahead and scan it. So I'm going to just go ahead and scan that one. It automatically fetches all the data and we'll put it right over here. Next, we're actually going to take photos of the tomatoes. So you can see this is right now live, a couple of tomatoes. So we'll take about 3 pictures just to analyze the attributes. We'll go ahead and click Next. You have all the pictures. On this screen, you want to actually see if there are any defects and what external attributes there are. So if there's a color defect, for instance, you can take a picture of what you see as a defect. It'll automatically see that there are 3 tomatoes in the picture, and then you would go through all these defects. And all these can be easily customizable from the admin view, which is what Omri will go over next. Following that, we're going to get to the page that actually can determine the internal attributes that you want to get from your refractometer or whatever device that you use. So you can actually hold it next to your iPhone, and let's see if it scans, automatically scans it. If it doesn't get all the information, we can just manually put in the information. So in this case, I put in the bricks level. Go ahead and click Next. And then automatically you'll have a QC report with all the information. You can easily share it. Let's let that load for a second. And everything here in one place, super easy, and you can automatically send that out. So that is the inspector's point of view. I'll go ahead and let Omri continue with the demo from the dashboard.
Great, thank you, Talia. Just 1 second before I continue to the web dashboard, I want to take you all with me to a quick exercise. Let's just use our imagination and think that we all right now in our site. It can be your packing house, it can be your distribution center, it can be actually in the field, no matter where. But let's just imagine ourselves being in that place, which is very relevant for you. And Talia would be one of your quality check inspectors. So Talia might be either in the intake point or the pre-shipment point, and she just received a new delivery of tomatoes. these tomatoes has been arrived to her place. Let's take, for example, the intake point, and she was just following the step that you have inserted to our platform. She just had to go one by one, screen by screen, putting all the data that she found, giving the computer vision the ability to take photo of the tomatoes and understand from this photo the size and the color of those tomatoes. So Talia is just one of your quality check inspectors, but like Talia, you have 10, 15, 20, 50 more quality check inspectors. All are following the rules that you have put in the system, and they just need to use their mobile phones or tablets devices, and they will just go one step by another and complete with no mistakes the quality check inspection workflow that you have created for them. So we have finished with the first part, where in this part your quality checks inspectors, and in this case Talia, has been finished to collect the data about your produce. What I want to do now is go back to the second part, where this part might be more relevant to managers, which I believe most of them are already in the crowd today. And in this specific part, you'll be able to see how you can sit in front of your computer at your own office and getting full accessibility and visibility to see what actually your quality check inspectors are doing and how does it affect your system and your business. So 1 second, Talia, can you just let me share my screen? Yeah, great. All right. So this is going to be your dashboard, guys. In this specific dashboard, you're just getting a very quick understanding of what's going on at your business. You can see here in the top left of the screen, the total number of inspections that have been taken in the past year, how many were taken this month. Of course, you can also filter it by day, by week, by month, and by year. And you can see also here the list of the produces that were inspected during this specific period of time. I know that some of you working or growing or as a marketing company using one type of produce, other might be used more than one. So following what is relevant for your company, this is what you're going to do in this specific screen. And also here you can see the activity as well. So you can not only see the total number of inspections that were taken this year, but also how many got which kind of grade, how many got an A grade, how many got a B grade, and of course, how many failed as well. If I'm going to click here on the inspection, I will be able to see all the inspections that were taken today, or if I want this week or this month, or etc. Here you can see the name of the last inspection that was taken by Talia. You can see that the name is tomatoes. It was taken by Talia here at June 8th, which is the day today. And if I'm going to click here, I'm going to see the full QC reports. I'm going to click here. Now I can see all the attributes that were taken during the inspection that was measured by Talia. I can see the diameter. I can see the color. Diameter I can also see the range of the diameter from one tomato to another. And of course, also the average value of the diameter itself. I can see here the exact activity. Here we can see the bricks measurements that were taken by Talia. The defects, if you remember that she was taking a photo while she was measuring or trying to estimate what kind of defects she has. And of course, the photos that were taken by her. And you can see in front of you in real time the actual work of our computer vision algorithm. You can see how it detects each one of the tomatoes, including the diameter, and eventually will calculate the average diameter of the tomatoes. So you as managers at the company will be able to get all this data just in front of you. But wait, this is just the first part. Something which might be also very relevant for you is the ability to generate reports. So you can go to whatever period of time you want. It can be today, this week, last month, and etc., or to customize it the way you want. And you can generate reports either on all the inspections that were taken, or for a specific produce, we can generate reports on apples, for example, that were taken in the last 6 months, what kind of process, which inspector. And if I'm going to click here on generate, we will be able to download the CSV file, including all the relevant data that you can, of course, put it in an Excel file or generate analytics about it. And do with it everything else that is relevant to your business. Let's continue to the next screen. In this specific screen, we will be able to show you how you can actually customize the Clarifruit platform to follow up your needs. And I will explain myself. At Clarifruit, we believe that we want to keep the power at your hands. And when I'm saying that, I mean that we're providing you the technology, we're providing you the platform, but we also provide you with the flexibility to build the app the way you want, to customize it to follow up your business needs. And for that, we have created something which is very unique in the quality check assurance world. We have managed to do that because all of our team, or most of a big portion of our team, are coming from the high-tech world, and we have invented an agricultural solution which was originally created for other SaaS platform. If you can imagine, for example, this gray box as a mobile phone, you can see that it's kind of look like a mobile phone. So you can see that right here, I can choose any of my desired produce. Let's go with apples, for example, or you know what, let's continue with tomatoes. So I'm going here with tomatoes. And you can see here the mobile phone, and you can see here 4 boxes, which will be on the left of this mobile phone. Each one of these boxes is representing a different screen through the inspection workflow that your quality check inspectors will need to follow. So basically, you can design the app the way you want. When I'm saying that, I mean that if, for example, you guys want to add any screen for that, you can just click here, click on add screen, and add any kind of screen that you want. For example, you want to add a checklist screen. So you're just going to click here on the checklist, you will click on add, and then you click here on save. I will come here to the checklist screen, I will click here on the pencil, and I will be able to add any relevant checklist attribute that I would like to measure during my inspection. Of course, that you can add yourself anything that is relevant for you. Let's call this one, for example, sticker. Okay, I want to check for sticker if the sticker is good or not. So I can just click here, and the sticker will be added to this part of the screen, and I will be able to use the drag and drop menu to add the relevant attribute as I wish. What will happen in that case after I click on save is that all your quality check inspectors mobile phone will be automatically updated, follow the changes that you have made in the platform, and therefore they will be able to continue their work, but right now with the new process that you have built for them. Of course, that you can change it anytime. You can change it at the beginning of the season, at the middle of the season, where the demand is higher. And you can create and make changes anytime you want, and those changes will be automatically reflected at your quality check inspectors, mobile phones, or tablet. That's the first part. The second part goes for the standards. So if I'm going back to the beginning of this call, we have discussed a little bit about the unique solution of Clarifruit. At Clarifruit, one of our main goals is to standardize the quality check language across the whole globe. And how do we do that? We want to look at the same apple with one customer in the Europe and other customers in the United States, and both customers, one is a buyer and one is a supplier, will look at this apple and will understand exactly what they mean when they're saying this is an A standard or a B standard. So for example, here you can see that the Clarifruit platform will allow you to build as many standards as you want. So you can create different standards to different customers. But not only that, you will be able to change the standards upon to your needs or to the period of time in the year, and etc. So for example, I've identified that an A standard for bricks level in tomatoes will be everything that will be above 7. But if tomorrow I see that I want to do some changes in the bricks level, so I can change it here to 10 or decrease it to 6. And now the A standard will be any bricks above 6 level, not 7 as it used to be before. So you can change it and customize it the way you want. And eventually the final grade, the final score of your desired products will be calculated through the standards that you are putting in the system. You can, of course, create as many standards as you want for as many produces as you want. And therefore, you will be able to create different standards for different produces or even for the same produce to follow up different customers' requirements. One of the last things that I want to show you before we open up this session for question is what we call a comparison report. And this is connected to what I was just talking about right now. So if, for example, I'm going right here, just going to a random pineapple inspection that we were taking a couple of weeks ago, I'm just going to click here on this specific inspection. As we saw earlier today, you can see here all the attributes that were measured during this specific inspection. But this is not what I want to be focused on this moment. I just wanted to show you something which is very unique to Clarifruit and actually can be offered by any other quality check software in the world using a mobile phone only. This is a comparison report. I'm going to click here on compare. And this way, you will be able to see how by taking a single inspection, you will be able to get a full comparison report to different standards. So for example, I was inspecting or tallying in this specific case, or your QC inspectors in your case, were inspecting your pineapples or tomatoes or blueberries or cherries or apples, whatever you guys have. Right now, they can see how the inspection that they made follow up their standards. So you can see that, for example, in their standard or at your standards, you got an A grade. But for other customer, let's take here customer C, one of the retailers that you guys are working with in Europe or in the United States, looking at this specific apple that was inspected, and for them, it won't get an A grade, it will get a B grade. And for other customer, it will get a failed grade. And for another one, you will get an A grade. So the revolutionary thing that you can see in front of your eyes at this moment is that we will provide you with the ability to actually take only a single inspection. And once you've been done with that, you can compare it to any standards of any of your customer. So instead of, for example, wasting or getting a rejection from your customer after you already ship your produce, you can just understanding at the second that you have finished your quality check inspection, save a lot of waste, having a structured data organized in a cloud-based system in one place, and giving you a full visibility to what your inspectors are doing and what your buyers or suppliers demands. Having that in front of your eyes can save you a lot of money and also can help you to generate much more money by increasing the cost of some of your produces, which you were thinking that they might have a lower standard, but actually they have a higher standard, which can be transferred to a higher pay for your produces. That was just a very quick look about the system, but if I want to sum it up, I will take it into 3 main points. Clarifruit can help you to digitize the way you're doing quality checks. Clarifruit can help you to automate the way you're doing quality checks, and this is something which is unique to Clarifruit in the whole world. You can take a photo of your produce, get a very quick understanding of the size and the color of it. And the third thing, as managers in the company, you'll be able to get the full visibility and data analytics about your business. You can compare your standards to other customer standards, and you can get a full control about what's actually going on at your business. So I hope you have enjoyed this session. We haven't finished, but let's say Talia, opening it up for questions, and we'll be happy to address any kind of your questions.
Great. Thank you so much, Omri. That was very informative. We do have a couple of minutes for questions, and we got a few that came in beforehand. So the first one, Omri, are there any limitations to the types of produce that can be measured using Clarifruit?
So that's a very good question. Actually, Clarifruit has invented not only a software, but also our own terminology when we're talking about quality checks automation. So we don't have any limitation. You can come with any kind of fruits or vegetables that you guys have, and our system will support you. If you want to get the full AI capabilities, which basically, as of today, means having the ability to automatically measure size and color, we do support about 20 different producers as of this moment. Among them are apple, grapes, citrus, blueberries, cherries, pineapples, and others. We can share with you the full list in private, and this actually related to most of the market. And of course, if you're going to have specific customer inquiries about specific products which we don't support as of this moment, we'll be happy to see if we can fulfill their requests. But the answer is yes, we can support any kind, at least on a basic level, of the products that are exist in the market.
Okay, great. And how many quality specs can somebody digitize in the platform?
You can create as many quality specs as you wish, and the same goes for the standards. You can create more than one quality spec per each kind of your producers. Let's say one can be for the intake, one can be for the pre-shipment, two can be for intake, two can be for pre-shipment, and same goes for the standard. So we're providing you with the full ability to create as many specs and as many quality standards as you wish.
Okay, and one more question. Can Clarifruit analyze and produce data in languages other than English?
We do. Clarifruit, as of today, supports 4 different languages. It's English, Spanish, Hebrew, and actually we also have some support in we had some support in German as well, but not fully. But yeah, our main languages are English, Spanish, and Hebrew.
Great. So I think we're out of time, but I wanted to thank everybody again for joining us today. And as I mentioned, we will be sending out a recording of this session. But if you have any other additional questions, feel free to get in touch with us. I'm going to be happy to arrange a personal one-on-one demo with you. So thank you again, and hope everybody has a great rest of their day or evening. Thanks, guys.
Thank you all. We'll be happy to see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.